Hi, it's Kai coming at you from the Eudaimonia Center. I'm so sorry that we aren't able to have our class tonight because of the inclement weather, but as you can see, we're all set up and ready for you to come tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for some YOUnison yoga shred and flow, where we always sweat. And we get a little bit more obsessed with the shred and next level mindfulness and fitness. So since I'm not able to teach the class tonight, I thought I'd leave you with a little bit of a couple of breath exercises to practice anytime. Like if you're sitting in the car or if you're sitting at the dinner table and you need to calm yourself down or energize yourself, these exercises are going to be great for controlling that fire that lives in your belly. So the first exercise is one that is actually really central to all of the yoga shreds and also all of the deep core vinyasa classes that I teach, which are core strength vinyasa inspired. So I want you to find your comfortable seat. I am elevated up here on a block because it raises my hips above my knees and actually gets a little bit more space in the hip joint and actually lets my pelvis move a little bit more. So whenever I can, if I'm just doing breath exercises or if I'm going to be sitting for a while, I like to do that. So maybe you can find a couple of books if you're at home, or if you're in the car or just sitting in a chair, try and find a place where you can connect with the earth and make sure that your spine can grow long from the energy of your sit bones going down into the earth from the pelvis. So the first exercise is the Belly Bonfire Breath. So maybe watch first, and then I'll invite you to close your eyes because it's easier to get closer to your center when you are more meditative or when you can let everything else around you go. So find your center at your sit bones. You can even wave a little bit back and forth until you find a nice comfortable place centered between your hips and over your pelvis. So, one moment, there we go. So once you find yourself centered at the hips, start to notice your breath, breathing in and out calmly through the nose. And as you inhale, instead of letting that inhale make your chest rise, which is common in the way a lot of people breathe, I want you to think of taking the air down your central channel, into the belly, into the sides of the belly and the back of the spine. So pulling down toward your pelvic floor on your inhales. Filling down and then maybe expanding upward and outward, filling up the space behind and around the ribs with that inhale. But pulling it down first so we don't fill up the top of the chest and not have really anywhere to go after that. So those inhales are long, warm, and wide. Okay, warm, wide, and softening and warming for your pelvic floor and releasing as well. So you're going to inhale deeply, pulling in. And then as you exhale, you're going to pull in and up from your pelvic floor muscles or your bathroom muscles. You're not really squeezing the area around your rear. It's more from the core, like your perineum, that area. So you're going to squeeze in and up, maybe from even the pelvic floor muscles, so that you get that length along the spine, pressing the exhale up and out, okay? Instead of thinking of the exhale as, squeezing in with the stomach or even like super inflating the belly on the exhale, try to think of filling the space on the inhales. And then as you exhale, pushing everything in and up, and then feeling the shoulders relaxing back and down with both the inhale and the exhale, but especially as the energy and the breath go up through the center, you can feel the release of the outer body. So inhale, warm and widen through the nose. Exhale, either through the mouth or through the nose. Inhale, warm and widening and expanding. Exhale, pulling in and up from the pelvic muscles. So as you continue this breath, close your eyes and maybe even move your hands with me so you can really imagine the breath warming your belly, warming your back, feeling the fire that lives there in your belly. And the great thing about that in and that up, a lot of times I'll be driving down the street and something will happen and I'll get stressed out, or I'll notice that I'm driving and I've got my shoulders all hunched over. If I take a second and I take a few of these belly bonfire breaths, inhaling and warming and widening and releasing everything down and around and wide, and then doing that in and up, suddenly I feel my spine lengthen, I feel my shoulders relax back and down, and suddenly I'm sitting straight. I'm sitting erect, but not hyper erect. So take that with you today as you avoid the ice and the cold. And then I'm going to give you one more breathing exercise called Kapalabhati, which involves really getting those belly fire juices all stirred up, and actually really helps you activate all of the inner core muscles as you pull your belly button back toward the spine. So I'm going to turn to the side and see if this gives us a better vantage point as I explain this. I've still got my block. So you're going to find this comfortable position, which is really important, whatever it is. And as you inhale, you're going to take a deep inhale, warming and widening. And then with each exhale, you're going to pull the belly muscles back toward the spine. As you do a very sharp exhale through the nose. So the inhale is short and the exhale is short after you take the initial inhale. So it would look like this. So inhale, and then exhale, pulling everything in. So you can see, I'm moving my arms back. Still keeping the shoulders relaxed and down, and continuing with this breath for maybe 20 rounds to start, or 20 contractions to start, finding a rhythm. And this will actually get that fire, those juices flowing, especially before you work out or before you get ready to do something that needs your focus or attention. So again, this is called Kapalabhati Breath. And after you finish your round, you take a really long exhale, relax, maybe do some wavy gravies with the spine, and then maybe do another round or two, depending on what you need. So we have the Belly Bonfire Breath, which warms and widens you from all the way around your torso. You've got that nice in and up motion that you can do with or without the breath to relax your outer body and really enliven the core. And then you've got this Kapalabhati breath, or breath of fire, that you can use when you really want to summon your inner dragon. And also for the ladies, this exercise actually also helps a little bit with like the diastasis recti that sometimes come apart. This exercise, the Kapalabhati, has actually been seen to show little bits of improvements there, which, it's important for all of us here at the Evimonia Center to take care of all of your lady stuff. So, all right, well, I am going to try and beat the ice and the snow, but I'm glad I had a chance to talk to all of you and leave you with a little bit of YOUnison yoga and music by Kai. I hope that I will see you tomorrow. That's Friday at 6 p.m. here. I'll have my viola for some vibrational therapy. It'll relax and widen and expand you in places that yoga doesn't necessarily do on its own. And I hope that you'll remember to vibrate together in unison and give someone an extra snuggle for me. All right, stay safe, everyone.